Well, hello, my friends. It has been a minute, that is for sure. The rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated, and I am sure I will talk about things more in the future. But for now, we got some exploring to do. How about that awesome place, huh? I'm not sure when it was built, probably sometime around the turn of the century, around 1900. An old farmhouse, and that's not what we're looking at today. So just hang on here a minute. I'm going to take you up into the woods. I now welcome you to Mosquito Land. Lots of mosquitoes in here, down in this little washout. And we have arrived. Okay, check it out. Let's go down in here. Whoa. Sorts of bottles. The old style cans with a tab from the 1960s. Littered all through here. That is an old Pepsi bottle, busted. But this entire little gully here, sometime around, probably around in the 1960s, give or take, this was used as a dump. And they just pushed it all over this hillside. And here's where most of it is. Let's see how old that one is. Miller Malt Liqueur. There you go. And it's like nobody's ever touched it back here. It's kind of a long story where I'm at, and I'll get into that in the future. Looks like a milk jug. Still got the corroded lid on it. An amber bottle up there. Some broken china. You can see a lot of the older cork tops. There are older bottles mixed in. I mean, if these were dumped in the 60s, you know, coming out of an old house, there could be stuff in here going back to the early 1900s, or who knows, even earlier than that. I think this here looks like an old ketchup bottle. Could be wrong on that one, but it looks like the shape of the old glass ketchup bottles. A lot of these are still intact. That one still got the cork in it. All dry rotted. Oh wow, this is super neat here. Check that out. So to make a long story short for this video, the strange thing about where I'm at now is I have permission to be where I'm at, but I don't have permission to take anything. And I will get into that on another video. I probably am going to be seeking permission to come clean out this dump and see what I can find. But for now, I am a viewer and onlooker only. Well, that's pretty sweet. I don't know, ooh, make sure I don't get any of that on my hands. That almost looks like it could be like an old maple syrup style glass bottle. That's just, you know, a shot in the dark, just a guess. I've never actually seen one quite of that shape before. It's got the screw lid, so it's not going to be super old. I think some of this stuff might be 1970s, but not much stuff back here newer than that, except a random bottle maybe thrown in here by people back in the woods. Got the old cobalt blue bottles. Some sort of filter there. Some other stuff too. Some tin. All sorts of old fencing. I'm actually by one of the property boundaries here, so it could be from the old fence. Dinner plate. Oh wow, yeah, look at the design on that. Yep. That is mid-century right there, for sure. Some more stuff back up through here. I'd love to clean some of these up and display them. Oh, cool. Let's try not to get... Special something. J-E... O or something? I can't tell. Somebody's going to know what that is. An old rusted out can. It's very hard to maneuver through here. It's so grown in. Let's try this. Yeah, this is where a lot of it was just dumped over here. Oh, there's so much stuff. Lid's still rusted onto them. That's a cool shape. Just all through here. Oh, some fancy green glass there. That'd be nice if that wasn't broken. Looks like an old whiskey bottle there, maybe. Or that could be perfume too. Hard to tell in some of this stuff. And I'm not a major bottle expert, but I know enough to know the general range of dates by the manufacturing style or lack thereof. Oh, that's a glass handle, it looks like. Wow. Yes, naturally got some tires back there. Oh, I'm stuck on some barbed wire. Now, so grown in right now. Nothing's dying off yet. Soon, we're getting into exploration season here. The funny thing is, since my last video, when I went AWOL, me out in my driveway, naked, screaming rain, since that video, we haven't had any rain. Up until like last night. But finally, we now have some moisture and the temps are coming down and I don't feel half dead. Still been in the 90s here for September. Thankfully the humidity broke. There's some bigger trees back here. Yeah, if this was ever, I don't think this has not been logged in quite a long time. It's possible that way back in the day, some of this, I know back there is used as pasture. Some of this could have been up to this way cleared for pasture. I've explored a little bit down around this way before I had the camera on. I didn't see anything else. And then this property hits a major hillside over there and it goes up over that way. So I'm not sure if we're going to make it up there to check it out, but naturally the lowest points on the property, they always, back in the day, the common theme was if you're going to throw out all your trash, you want to find a sinkhole, or a pit. Not only is it easy to dump, but back in the day, I mean, people still do it now. People use scrap concrete and bricks and any leftover materials, and they try to fill in holes in their property. So back in the 1800s, early 1900s, if people had sinkholes and stuff like that, they would just dump all their trash in it and cover it over. So when you're looking for old dumps where there could be interesting bottles and other sorts of valuables, and back then, silver was so cheap, it was like costume jewelry. Gold was still expensive and not a lot of people had it, especially in my part of the country, but people used to throw out scrap silver, pieces of old hand mirrors, toothbrushes, silverware if it got all bent up. So when you dig out these pits, you can find silver. And of course, old bottles and other relics and things of interest that would have been considered trash 100 years ago, but antique today. So I was very pleased to find that dump on this property. And there's other signs of extensive use as a farm over the years. And there's going to be more on the way for that. I already have another video filmed and ready to go. Ooh. Definitely glad I got the jeans on today. Last time I came back through here, there were so many mosquitoes. I got bit up like crazy. But for anybody, boy, that's steep over here. For anybody interested in why I was gone, there's a whole lot of reasons. Some of my health issues flared up. I severely needed a break from YouTube, and I was going to post a sporadic video here and there, but then I was like, well, I've never taken a really extended break from YouTube. And once I stopped posting videos, I got out of the groove and wanted to get a new take on some other areas in life, so I just decided, hey, let's not force it. Let's come back when I'm ready to roll. And I am ready to roll. Oh boy. So, man, that's a steep grade right there. Let's just do it. I got energy today. Let's run up here. Oh, it's still dry enough back here. I don't think the rain came down this far. I live further north from here. Let's run up this hill. See what we got. That's a modern Mountain Dew can. Now, is this anything special? This rock, is that natural? All them grooves in it. I'm not actually sure on this one. That does kind of look natural to me. Huh. Oh. Let's see what we got up here. I've never been up here, so what you're seeing the same time that I did. Boy, is it beautiful up here, though. Oh. Wow. It's beautiful up here. All the trees growing on these massive boulders. Oh man. Getting back down is going to be the fun part. Let's go around this way. Big spider web. So that abandoned house that I showed in the beginning of the video needs torn down badly. Unfortunately, it's not salvageable. I'll be going in it shortly and showing everyone. I have permission to be inside the house. All right, I'm gonna trek to the top of that. It just keeps going up. Can't really see much from here, except the other ridge across from here. It's like a valley. Cutting through down this way, leads into pasture way out there that's overgrown. Hasn't been used in a long time, but it's not with this property. Feather. All right, let me get up there, see if there's anything up there. Okay, so I made it close to the top here, and that was quite the trek. And I saw something up here, and I'm thinking, man, is there access from like maybe some obscure back into this property and somebody else is back here? So I was kind of proceeding with caution, but as I got a little bit closer, it's definitely abandoned. Can you see it back in there? I think it's a truck. Oh man, and that just flew in my eyeball. Good shot. Can't hate on him for that. Good aim. What? Old Mellow Yellow bottle smashed up. That's the design of the old Pepsi. That's crazy. This has been back here for a long time. Floor's rusted the whole way through. All right, well, that's definitely the find of the day so far. Let's go over this way, cut back around that side of the hill and see if we got anything over there. Alright, so I'm walking down this steep hill into the valley right here. Whew, this is probably the only time of day the sun shines down there, because it is steep on both sides. Looks fairly clear down there. Alright, I gotta do this with two hands. Hang on. And finally, I made my way down to the water source. Now keep in mind, there's been very little rain for the last month here, so I assume there's usually a lot more water down here. Let's avoid that massive spider web. Let me get my hand behind him. Oh, nope, I'm stuck to the web. Let's try it. Get it to focus on him. Looks like to be some kind of orb weaver. Oh yeah. Look at all the smooth stones. I bet when we get a lot of rain, get a lot of drainage off the hills here. It's even damp where I'm standing. There's a little bit of a bank, but naturally, I'm sure during mass downpours when it doesn't have as much time to sink into the ground, I bet it goes the whole way up to about right there. This would all be underwater. Wow, is it beautiful back here though. Man. Some old survey flags. Ooh, got some frogs. Thought I heard one jump in. A lot of skippers. The property ends, I believe, right over there by that clearing up on the hillside there, somewhere on that back end. Alright, I'm going to make my way down toward this way. It starts heading back into the house, toward the house I should say. And I'll let you know if I find anything cool between here and then. So as I walk further down, it's pretty cool here with how long these massive boulders have been being smoothed out by this creek. It's really awesome to come back here while it's more dry. It's be like a little mini waterfall when it's all flowing through here. I love this back here. Almost got a tiny little swimming hole here. I bet that fills up quite a bit during, oh, you see him? During the rainy season. Now I bet as we get closer in behind the house, there would be a potential for a lot more, possibly relics back here. You know, big old farm. There would have been kids playing back in here 100+ years ago. No doubts in my mind about that. It kind of bends off that way. Eventually this is going to run out of the property. This is a weird shape back here. But as I'm walking through, there are tons of chestnuts in here, all over the place. Just grabbed a couple. All right, let's go back toward the house and find us something cool. So who's hungry? I'm selling these mushrooms for $10 an ounce. You can pick which one you want. Take first dibs. That'd be nice if I found some morel mushrooms back here. Those things ain't cheap. Finally found the old property boundary on this side. These posts have been rotting out for many, many decades. So I'm glad I found this here, because this is showing me this was definitely quite the farm operation back in the day. They have almost their entire property fenced off, even though it's absolutely massive. Staked claim to their territory. Some old survey markers here. Oh yeah, and you can see how it cuts right up through there. And that a lot of these trees look to be planted right in a row. Right through this washout, back up to about where the bottle dump is. I'm seeing it now. So that's going to be it for today's adventure. I'm back here on my farm now. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and that if you haven't subscribed already, that you would consider doing so. And before I end this off, I just wanted to show you all something I picked up today at a local fair, which I thought was really cool. I picked it up for a little bit under $50, but it's just took an old window. You can see the latches on the bottom, and painted the glass. Very awesome. It's gonna look really cool hung up somewhere here in the old farmhouse. And they just kind of put this sort of like burlap backing on it. And it's all ready to go, to be mounted and everything. Just figured I'd show that. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.